Today, we followed our trading strategy and we took a trade in MNQ, netting us 51 points before getting stopped out in profit. Overall, our trade was 10 points in drawdown and 29 points short from taking our take profit. Overall, I felt like our trading today was a lot more clear and we managed our stop loss to the best of our ability. So with that being said, let's take a look at what happened. Okay, so this first portion of the video is vertical form since I was on my phone and I'm on my PC yet. But what we're doing here is looking for this lower high that I'm labeling to get broken. And after this lower high gets broken, what I'm looking for is a fair value gap that's bullish, right? So a big green candle up. And once this fair value gap forms, we enter along in it and we place our stop on the first candle that starts the fair value gap, as you can see on the screen. Then our take profit, I just decided that I wanted to target today's first presented fair value gap. I thought that we were trying to reach that morning's high, but in my mind I thought that first presented fair value gap should be more than enough, and this is why I entered the market. And here's our limit order getting filled. So we ended up taking our trade right here on this candle 1042. You can see the market went a little bit below our entry, so we're in a little bit of a drawdown. Pretty sure that I put my stop right here initially, or actually no, it was not that low. It was on this candle right here, right? Because this candle is the first candle. Second candle creates this fair value gap, right? Third one actually completes the idea of this fair value gap, and I put it right here is because that's the first candle, and if it were to go back down into that means that this fair value gap is invalidated. So in other words, this would invalidate our trade setup. But now that we're up in profit, right, and then I put my stop loss, I don't want to say exactly where because I honestly forgot on my phone, but now we have it here because this is around our fair value up here as well. So now what we're targeting is first presented fair value gap. We also have AM high, which is today on the 19th. So a pretty clean trade so far. So we're still gonna just keep on let price do its thing. Alright, so our stop loss finally got hit, and what happens now with price is out of my control. I did what I could do. It's very unfortunate that price ended up reversing here, coming back to take out some stops or filling imbalances or whatever the case may be, but overall I think we actually traded our strategy the way it should be and managing my stop, which I think is the most important thing because that's all you can do and actually have control over. So this was trade number 3 out of 20, and just to quickly just go over the trade setup just one more time. So we had marked out our low and high of the morning. We saw this lower high, marked it out, saw it break, right? So that could be our potential break of structure. It did that. Price never came back into this fair value gaps right here. But what I was looking for is the first, not the first presented fair value gap, but the first fair value gap after we break structure. Took our trade there, put our stop loss on this first candle of that fair value gap on the low, targeted a couple ticks on top of the fair value gap. Our hold was pretty long, right? We had to hold it for a pretty long time, so that's something to be aware of. Kind of hung out around PM high, PM low. Unfortunate that we didn't really reach the first presented fair value gap for some reason, but we just kept on moving our stop loss incrementally, where I think the trade would be invalidated. Doesn't mean that, you know, it won't go up higher from here, but for me, I think it was pretty successful trade, and I'm happy with that result. With that being said, I will see you guys in trade number 4.